Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Cyberpunk 2077 build guide. This one is a doozy. This build proves you can take the man out of the corporation, but you can't take the corporation out of the man. If V can't work for Arasaka, he'll work for himself. He'll wear the most lavish clothing, drive the fanciest cars, and deck himself out with the nicest cyberware. This is an in-depth build, so I'm not just going to give you the attributes and perks, I'm going to give you the appearance, clothes, weapons, cyberware, and even the vehicle along with the build. So stick around if you want an immersive, aesthetically pleasing, and absolutely dominating version of V. This is the appearance of my male V.
Phrasing?
I'll also put the details in the description, so don't worry if it goes too fast. This V has a Corpo background and starts the game with 3 body, 6 intelligence, 3 reflexes, 6 technical ability, and 4 cool. This is a build that will start off primarily quick hacking, so your top priority is to get your intelligence to 20. Unlike other trees, nearly every perk in both Breach Protocol and Quick Hacking are going to be beneficial. Eventually, your perk tree should end up looking like this, but your top priorities are: from Breach Protocol, Data Mine Virtuoso, which doubles the chances of getting a quick hack from an access point. Be sure to hit every access point you find. And for quick hacking, Critical Error, which allows quick hacks to crit, Subliminal Message, which doubles your damage to unaware targets, I Spy, which is a defensive perk that lets you track netrunners who are trying to hack you, and after that, focus on all of the RAM increasing and cost decreasing perks, and finally the perks that spread your quick hacks to other enemies. Next, it's time to turn cool up to 11.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
11 is a great threshold for cool, as it allows you to access the Frozen Precision perk for 50% increased headshot damage in Cold Blood. You should also put 1 perk point into the Cold Blood perk so you can passively farm the very valuable skill progression rewards. From the stealth tree, you should pick up Silent and Deadly, Sniper, Crouching Tiger, and Strike from the Shadows for increased damage from stealth, and Aggressive Toxins for poison immunity. After getting cool to 11, the next priority should be getting reflexes to 18. Having 18 reflexes gives you an increased crit chance for everything, but it also allows you to start building into handguns, rifles, and blades. Our main weapon is going to be a silenced handgun, so you shouldn't put any points in assault or blades until everything else in the build is taken care of. From handguns, prioritize High Noon and Westworld. We need our crit to be 100% as it will allow us for some game-breaking synergy later. Wild West is also extremely helpful as it allows you to snipe from a distance with pistols without a damage penalty. The rest of the perks are not urgent, so get them at your leisure. The next priority is getting our body stat to 16. There really isn't a need for crafting with this build, and survivability will serve us much better, so body is a nice investment. 16 is an important threshold because it allows V to use the second heart Cyberware, which resurrects V every time he dies on a 2-minute cooldown. Pack Mule is great for a nice boost to carry weight, and Invincible gives you 30% health increase. Get the other 2 perks whenever you have extra perks available. We won't be putting any points into Annihilation or Street Brawler. Finally, let's look at the technical ability tree. From the crafting tree, grab these 2 perks. Being able to craft rare items and get more from disassembling will help you keep a stock on decent health potions, which is always helpful. On the engineering side, Grenadier and Can't Touch This will help you if you ever decide to use grenades. Remember that in order to get all of the perks used in this build, you will need to max every single skill. This is tedious and requires grinding, but I did make another video with recommended methods for grinding skills. Now that we have our build, let's move on to the clothing. As painful as it is to wait, the armor will be the highest if you find or purchase them when you are already at level 50, so use some other items until then. We're going for the sleek look with a Corpo suit, so grab the corporate blazer with bulletproof lining found here. Be sure to save and reload until you get 4 mod slots. The breathable reinforced bio-cotton corporate slacks can be found here. Reload until you get 3 mod slots. The carbon weave silk corporate shirt can be found here and can have up to 4 mod slots. Finally, the tactical hybrid glass corporate glasses can be found here, and they can roll with up to 3 mod slots. For the shoes, there are a pair of legendary dress shoes with 3 mod slots that are found during the side quest I Fought the Law. For this video, I didn't have time to complete it, so I purchased a nice pair of 2 mod slot dress shoes from a clothing vendor. For the hat, the epic 2-slot classic trilby with composite band fits this look perfectly and gets you ready to audition for the Blues Brothers. At the time of this video, mods are just a bit buggy and not calculating correctly. However, I've been able to successfully stack 2 bully mods and a Fortuna mod for a total of 60% crit damage and 15% crit chance. Any more than that, and they don't stack. And the Deadeye mod, it just doesn't work at all, which is a shame because everything else in the game is so flawless. Okay, this is craziness. Alright, this sucks. This is totally... This game is terrible. For the rest of the clothing mods, since we're not crafting, we're kind of at the mercy of the clothing vendors. So buy whichever mods you see that look appealing from clothing vendors and slot them as you will. As for our weapon, we can pretty much use any good semi-automatic pistol with a muzzle slot for a silencer. I have the new legendary pistol, which I purchased at level 50 from this weapons vendor. I attached an epic scope and a rare muzzle, which I modded with 4 crit chance mods that I bought from various weapons vendors. It's really hard to calculate the actual crit chance, and tooltips are completely worthless. I'm not exactly sure what the threshold for 100% would be, but with all this setup and all of my perks, I definitely have 100% crit chance, which is absolutely vital for this build. I also have the Masamune. I've always said this is Masamune. I'm pretty sure it's Masamune.
Fuck off, weeaboo.
Power assault rifle as a backup. And of course I have a legendary katana, which I purchased from Coach Fred, because just like in the real world, guys who wear fedoras and wield katanas are the epitome of cool. Now let's take a look at the cyberware. The main vital piece of cyberware is our legendary Mark V cyber deck. This is sold at my favorite Ripper Dock here. It has the highest base RAM, a huge buffer size, and 6 slots for quick hacks. The passives are also exceptional. Speaking of quick hacks, let's take a look. You can get legendary quick hacks by hitting every access point and upgrading and crafting quick hacks as well. There are tons of fun and useful quick hacks. The suicide quick hack is really dark and pretty hilarious.
I will make you hurt.
Cyber Psychosis plays on the whole cyber psycho theme of the game and is really fun. Detonate Grenade is also hilarious. But the absolute strongest quick hack, surprisingly, is the legendary Short Circuit quick hack. Yes, the quick hack you start the game with ends up being the destroyer of worlds once it's legendary. This is due to the passive while equipped feature. Critical hits with any weapon apply short circuit on the enemy. This means that every time our pistol with 100% crit chance hits an enemy, the tremendous amount of short circuit damage is also applied. Basically, you throw lightning like some kind of superhero. Let's take a look at some footage.
Why'd you get out here before I cut you, vato?
Don't sing it, bring it, sister.
Ay, Dios mío!
This pretty much one-shots any normal enemy in the game and it wrecks bosses in a matter of seconds. We don't even need to open the quick hacks menu to make it happen. That being said, have fun with the other quick hacks as well. Hit all of the access points to get materials and keep upgrading your quick hacks and you'll be wrecking things in no time. The rest of the cyberware are just purchases I made from every Ripper Doc in the game. Of note, I use the Epic Ballistic coprocessor because we aren't using smart weapons and we get the most out of our power pistol this way. Reinforced tendons are almost always the best choice for legs as they allow a lot of time-saving shortcuts through difficult to navigate areas. Finally, the aforementioned second heart helps tremendously with survivability and it's the main reason we pushed body to 16.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
As for arms, we won't be using anything specifically here, but you can throw on gorilla arms so you'll be ready for the brawler quests when they come up. And finally, it's time to choose our car. Of course, V, as a man of status, needs a car that fits. The €225,000 Rayfield Erendite Guinevere is the natural choice. Not only does it look amazing, it drives and handles like a boss. Plus, depending on your choices at the character creation screen, it could be compensating for something.
I'm really sorry.
I was in the pool! I was in the pool!
That's it for the details. Now let's watch some sweet gameplay.
Eddie's now.
They're on their way.
And that's it for the video. I've got several other builds lined up. They take quite a bit of work, so be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future builds. Leave a comment letting me know how you like this kind of build presentation and any builds that you'd be interested in seeing in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, to survive in Night City, you gotta be efficient.
That's right, fool. Buckle up.